Peering out the window of my parents' Toyota Camry, the once familiar Chain of Rocks landscape is completely unrecognizable. We're taking the Highway 270 bridge over the swollen Mississippi River. Below us, the levee is breached, the shoreline has been swallowed up, farmers' fields are drowned, and debris litters the water's churning surface. My favorite towering river castles, a pair of historic water treatment intakes, are submerged to their necks. It's as if the castle moat has come alive and threatens to consume the fortress it had once defended. My mom gasps and points below at an array of enormous grain bins that are barely visible. Only their gleaming galvanized caps peek above the muddy waterline. I was 6 years old, and this scene from the Great Flood of '93 was one of my first indelible memories. 30,000 square miles were flooded in 1993. Making the Great Flood one of U.S. history's most devastating natural disasters. That year, rising water caused $15 billion in damages, which translates to approximately $30 billion in today's money. It's been 30 years since the 49.5-foot crest of that terrible 100-year flood. A mere 26 years later, the region endured a second 100-year flood, cresting shy of 45 feet in 2019. In the last 3 decades, man-made climate change has gone from inconvenient truth to palpable crisis. Due to carbon pollution, hurricanes, wildfires, and floods have increased in frequency and intensity. Amid these escalating environmental crises, our society is beginning to realize the profound impact of our actions on the planet. Whenever I drive over the Chain of Rocks Bridge, I'm taken back to that unforgettable day when I witnessed the devastating power of the Mississippi River. Flood is an attempt to make that memory tangible, haunting, and urgent. We don't have much time. I'd like people to enter the space and enter the exhibition taking the time to walk through it, to look all around them. This exhibition is unique in that you're not looking eye level, you're looking above you or below you. I want people to have a sensory experience when they're walking through this exhibition. There's an acoustic and audio component. You can hear the rushing water, you can hear the cicadas, you can hear how those sounds echo and reverberate off of the grain silo, and I want people to bring all of their senses when they come to this exhibition. When we're talking about climate change, especially to young people, to the next generation, they don't have the benefit of memory, of lived memory and of lived experience, of seeing some of these, or seeing it at a time when there were fewer catastrophes, or when they were farther between. Flood is in many ways a response, a realization on my own part of how quick and rapid climate change has escalated in my own lifetime, which I'm only 36. The flood of '93 happened when I was 6 years old. Just having that many 100-year floods in such a small time frame has really made it real for me. The work itself is site-specific, so each time it's installed, the configuration is going to be a little bit different. Sort of components that are brought in to create the piece are going to vary and change a little bit. So I hope that every time it's installed or shown, the choices I make in responding to the space, the room, the community will be evident in the exhibition. I think when we think about art installations, when we think about exhibitions, people's minds tend to go to the coast. And I think often the Midwest is overlooked as an island, and I think that many artists in this region are talking about contemporary issues, making work addressing serious contemporary issues. I think this piece offers an opportunity to broaden the dialogue, the conversation about the realities and struggles and challenges that we deal with in our region that are both unique to our region but also not unique, in that the coastal cities are going to be suffering the impacts of climate change just like everybody else. We happen to have a coast that runs through our community. I think that there's a universal quality in that. There's some little pieces, some components in this that are man-made elements in the driftwood, some furniture and some things that are found along the shoreline. And I wanted to make sure that, even though I used a lot of natural materials, I left that human touch, because this piece is about our relationship to the river and our relationship to water. Although it is about the flood, and it is about flooding, and it is about climate change, it's also about how central the Mississippi River is to human development, to commerce, to recreation. You'll see a lot of images and iconography in the piece that reference the terror and the power of the water, but also its life-sustaining qualities, the beauty of it. I think we have to talk about all of these aspects to have an understanding of this special place.